day, ladies and gentlemen. There is, as we should already all know, breaking news afoot where today, April the 9th, 2018, Donald Trump announced at a press conference that there will be major decisions being made within the next 24 to 48 hours in Syria with regards to the most likely false flag staged chemical attack by the U.S. or Israel. Let's take a look and listen at what he had to say in the press conference, and then I'll respond.
Will the U.S. retaliate against Syria? Bashar Assad accused of using poison gas again on his own people.
It was an atrocious attack. It was horrible. You don't see things like that, as bad as the news is around the world. You just don't see those images. We are studying that situation extremely closely. We are meeting with our military and everybody else, and we'll be making some major decisions over the next 24 to 48 hours. We are very concerned when a thing like that can happen. This is about humanity. We're talking about humanity, and it can't be allowed to happen.
The president is also putting Russia and Iran on notice, suggesting they may have played a role and could face serious consequences as well.
He may, yeah, he may. And if he does, it's going to be very tough. Very tough.
He'll pay a price.
Everybody's going to pay a price. He will, everybody will.
Mr. President, is U.S. military action off the table?
Excuse me?
U.S. military action, is it off the table?
Nothing's off the table.
The attack.
What an absolutely gut-wrenching, blood-curdling, disgusting, horrendous, atrocious. The list of pejorative verbs that I could use to describe that trash, that 1 minute of utter filth, is endless. The sheer hypocrisy cannot even be measured on any sort of scale that I am aware of. The attacks in Syria that there's no evidence of yet what really actually took place is trying to be used to justify a potentially larger scale war where many, many thousands will die. It's seriously time to stop voting in these ultimate puppets, and Trump is the ultimate puppet. All you people that think that he's some sort of savior or messiah that is here to fix the corrupt system have absolutely no ground to stand on anymore. And I'm honestly sick and tired of hearing it, hearing the excuses, seeing the mental pretzels that people do, the gymnastics that they do with trying to cover up for what this ultimate puppet is doing, which is taking the United States to war and potentially the world to war. So stop voting these clowns in. Stop relying on this unbelievably corrupt system. But I just had to go over some of the points and what he was saying. Basically provided no evidence of any sort of attack. We don't know exactly what happened. I'm sure this will change rather fast as the 24/7 news cycle continues. But from what I'm hearing, the attack that happened was a false flag. I've heard that chemical weapons were used. I heard that chemical weapons were not used. I've heard multiple different things. So I don't know exactly what 100% happened over there. All I know is whatever did happen is trying to be used to justify an escalation in the war. This is absolutely morally reprehensible. And for the Trump base that still has his back after this move, shame on you. This decision of what to do, we will hear more about in 24 to 48 hours, supposedly. So we will keep a close eye on this and see what comes from it. But if you watch the video, and you listen to what this disgusting pig of a man is saying and the hypocrisy that he is spewing, talking about how concerned everyone is, talking about a lack of humanity, a barbaric act. What about the Iraq War? What about depleted uranium? What about Afghanistan? What about Syria? What about Egypt? What about Yemen? The list of countries goes on and on and on. And this is just in this decade. Enough is enough. These bloodthirsty Zionist, neocon, chicken hawks, these people who are so ravenous, so bloodthirsty, that it honestly is mystifying to me how people like this, with this much contempt for humanity and want to see war, this much, how these people even exist. But they do, and they are pulling the strings. They are the people that you vote into office. They are the reason we are in the situation we are in currently. And until people stop playing identity politics and start taking an individual responsibility for their own role in their own community and in their own life, this system will continue to be perpetuated far into the future. And it's a scary one if we continue to allow it. So my hope is that Americans, and there are many, many good Americans there, who are standing up and standing against this, continue the fight. Do not allow your president to take you to war, because this coming war will be the end of America as you know it. Everybody knows it. Make a stand. Hopefully nothing escalates, but it's time to really look at yourself in the mirror, see if you can really not see the world for what it is, and trying to take a stand against it, and really opposing these wars of aggression in faraway lands. So, having said all that, let's see what happens. I'm Nathan Riva. This is In-Depth Perceptions. Take care.